Put in.
Yep.
I don't know much about him, but
Played well.
he really played well.
You know what I liked was the introduction. You have to understand, this was like an NBA playoff environment. Del Harris, who's never seen this, is looking at me saying like, what is this? This is like an NBA playoff. Look at these people. And then the introductions, how they went, and then when they introduced Coach Crum, and it was that much of a positive thing. And then when they coached my partner here, or when they introduced my partner here, and the place went bonkers. I mean, come on. Now you just want to have a good game, because that stuff there just shows what our fans are about. I just hope everybody enjoyed themselves.
John, what's it like for you to be on the other side, watching these 8 guys that you coached, and maybe saying, hey, watch out for this or that? What's it like being on the other side with those guys?
I wanted them to play well. I wanted them just because they're my family, and I wanted them to play well. And Tayshawn and Rondo and Jody and Nazi and even Keith have been so good to me. I want those guys to play well. We wanted to win too. But I'm watching that way. The other thing is, I did not go out that tunnel. I will never go out that tunnel. I went out the other tunnel and came in on our side, even though I was sitting on the wrong bench. But, just the environment, man, are you kidding me? I mean, it was, now we just need to do the same in Louisville.
Now, does that say something, if anything, about your team's tough-mindedness to, even though they were the road team and all of that, to play well?
They came up to me because they knew I wanted to sub some guys in. And Al, they all came up to me and said, Cal, coach this game to win. This is big for us back in our country. Coach this to win. We want. And I did. I told the bench, look, I'm not subbing a whole lot. We're going to play it out. And, guys made big shots, big threes. And Edgar Sosa, I love it. I love his game. I love how he plays. Francisco, when he screws up, he knows it, and he points at me, that was mine. I don't even have to stay, no. And it's coaching professionals. They're all, except Orlando Sanchez, who is really good. He gives us that defender, that athlete, that thing that you need that plays off of Edgar and those other guys. So we just need to find a couple more guys who can go in there and help us.
John, as much fun as this exhibition was, you're also trying to prepare this team for the tournament. Is this the kind of competition that they needed going in?
That's why we did it. We were trying to get a national team to come in. We were trying to see if we could go somewhere against the national team. And then we just came up with the idea, why don't we play our guys? They'll play. We can sell out this building and make it a good event for everybody. And when it's sold out in a few hours, that's why we said, well, let's do another one in Louisville. We called for Freedom Hall. They had a concert, so we're playing at Yum. But we're trying to prepare our basketball team. And again, they played hard now, and they played to win. The pros, they did. And we had to finish. You know what they said the last 4 minutes? This is where we were against Puerto Rico 3 years ago, and we lost the game. Now let's finish the last 4 minutes. And that was their mentality. So I'm having fun coaching them because they've responded, they want to be coached, they love the dribble drive, they love the spacing of the court. We got a lot of things we got to tweak that I saw today, but we'll watch the tape and we'll try to figure things out.
Coach Hall, Joe, do you think tonight the way your team had the green light beyond the three-point arc, does that put to rest any notion that you won't let your guards shoot?
I didn't care what they did. They're pros. They wanted to win. They did what they thought they had to do to win. And I just enjoyed having a good seat there on the bench. Not a lot you can do. Kind of balance the time they play. Try to keep them fresh. Give a little consideration for the older ones. They're going to tire quickest. And the main thing is, in an all-star setting like that, is there are 2 things that you try to do. You try to get them to play defense, convert defensively, know who to guard, know who they can help off of. And that was a lot to get across to this group in a short period of time. We had no offense. We had no practice to give them an offense. So really, to judge them by a game like this is a little unfair. I think that the main thing, they gave effort. There was a couple of times when we cut it to 5 and missed a couple of shots that we should have made that would have kind of given them the momentum to get back in the game. But I was proud of them. I thought I don't want to single anyone out because they all played hard. They all wanted to win, and sometimes they played too hard and took it on themselves. But that's typical, and it was everything I expected it to be, except I was really surprised how well the Dominican team played. Their tempo, both offensively and defensively, the way they moved the ball, and I've seen them develop John's offense, the dribble drive, and how quickly they picked up on it. And he's established them as a good ball player. They're very fortunate to have him, and I know they'll sing his praises.
Coach Cal, talk a little bit about Sosa and Garcia. You know, they played in the red and black. I know they look pretty comfortable out there today.
Yeah, I've had, you know, I don't know of any Louisville player that I don't have a good relationship with. I mean, it's just, you know, we battle against each other. When it's over for me, it's over. I think they're both terrific players. They want to be coached. They want to win. They want to do this together. I had to tell Edgar, because one of the players got on him and he kind of affected him. I said, Edgar, I'm with you. None of that matters. They can yell all they want. I'm with you. And when they say something to you, any of them, you just think you're right. Coach is with me, I'm fine. He played well. He had a few turnovers I wish we'd have pulled back, but Francisco made 2 big threes that broke open the game. It's funny though, how they got booed by our fans. And how about Al Horford giving one of these? I mean, that was hysterical. But it's fine. I mean, that's what Kentucky fans are like, and I think they had fun watching the game, even though they wanted the Kentucky players to win.
One other thing about Horford, he had 17 rebounds. I wonder if you talk about the intangibles that he can bring without scoring.
Well, he also blocked shots. I mean, so here he goes, 7 assists, 2 blocks, 17 rebounds, and he missed a couple shots that he normally would make, or he'd have been like 8 out of 11. And now we went to him, if you notice, at the end of the game, we're playing through him. We have to. I mean, those are the guys. And then I want those other guys, Sanchez to be the athlete, Edgar, make an open shot if it's there. We'll play off of Francisco a little bit. Jack Michael is a beast, and he didn't back down from DeMarcus. He fought, and you know, he's been a pro since he was 17 years old. So, you know, everybody did their thing. Ronald Ramon came off the bench from Pitt, did well. You know, E did well. We were talking about Pena. We just need to get a couple more guys in there.
Were you concerned with all that talent on the other side?
Oh, yeah.
Pick up your first L and rub it.
Well, I wasn't worried about that. I wanted us to play well, but here's what it was. When the game started, and it's 3, pick and roll, we can't play at 3. Everybody in the building said, this is going to be 130 to, and then they settled down. I think their legs a little bit, because if you would have seen us practice the first 3-4 days here, Francisco did not make a shot until 3 days ago, literally. So now he's getting his legs back after 10 days of practice. Well, that's what John Wall, and they haven't played like this. You may play a pickup game. This was like there was 25,000 people in there. And this was a different deal. It was on TV. And now you're getting I mean, they didn't have their legs underneath them, and we did.
Coach, with the reaction they had towards Edgar and all that at the beginning, and then all the craziness surrounding the Yum Center, does the energy of that rivalry ever surprise you at all?
Well, you know, Coach and I have talked about it. It's, you know, I guess it's good for our state. No? It's good.
Just look at the blue that was up there in those stands. And this was a different crowd. This was people that don't have season tickets. I think it was great that we had such enthusiasm in there for the Kentucky group, and the crowd was awesome. It was a great night for Kentucky basketball.
Del Harris in the NBA looks around and says, what is happening? What is this? Like, this is not, see, we all think this is normal. This is not normal now. An exhibition game August 15th, and it's packed, and it's on TV, and they're going at each other, and there are going to be people mad tomorrow that our team lost. I'll be at the water cooler, I can't believe we lost that game. What?
I may be hung in effigy
Last 2 months. Anybody?
Oh my God.
Joe, it looked like a couple times. Was Rondo coaching the team in there in the huddle and you just were kind of letting him go?
We had a lot of coaches. The players, they wanted to win, and they tried to get themselves together. They knew each other. They knew what they could do, and yeah, they were doing a lot of coaching. Not only Rondo, but Wall and Cousins, and they came up with things that they wanted me to do. They wanted Nazi in there and try to do big man at one time. They wanted to go to the zone. The 2-3 wasn't bad, but the 3-2 was horrible. But they came up with ideas all night, and certainly they knew more about it than I did, because they knew themselves.
Thank you.